Good afternoon. It's warm. Too warm. Coca-Cola and toothpaste don't mix. Dear, what's everybody been up to? Who's joining us for Chit Chat Tuesday? Good afternoon. I'm going to put a smelly on, but I'll wait. Hello. Talk to me like lovers do. Hey, dear. Chit chat time. Catch up on weekends activities. Good afternoon, Anne. How are you this afternoon? I'm going to say this morning then. Hey, Paranormal Audit. Hope you're well, my sweets. So, what a weekend. I'm still recovering. I didn't think I'd hurt my back. Afternoon, Dubs. Because the pain in my ankles and my knee was overpowering yesterday. And then I woke up this morning. There's no pain in my ankle. It's still got fluid, but not as much. But my back is just, oh my God. I thought I'd need a crane to get me out of bed this morning. Hey, Moira, how are you, my lovely? It was fabulous meeting you this weekend, and I can't wait to meet up again. I want a Moira hug. Hope you're well. Looks good tonight with Paul. It bloody does look good tonight with our Paul, I'll tell you. I know, Paranormal Audit, it's it weren't good. I've took some tablets, so I'm hoping they'll kick in for pain because we're off out tonight. Not live, Paul's live tonight. It's Chit Chat Tuesday, and Paul does our Tuesday night chit chats and hey, Paul, just look, speak of the devil, and he crops up. I hope you're not getting your phone wet. I know where you keep it now. Absolutely fantastic weekend. I mean, the place we went to, the Nunnery, was awesome. And let me tell you, we have got permission to go back in and actually sleep in the place. So we're getting all our stuff sorted. So I think it's going to be end of September, beginning of October. We're going to go back, but we're going to do an all-nighter. And what I'm thinking of doing is with one of the cameras is leaving a live feed running. We'll put some, in the churchy bit that we started in. What we're thinking of doing is I might leave the live camera running, like live streaming to Facebook and YouTube. It is going to be a locked off room. So we'll have a camera inside, and then we're going to have a video. Hey, Julie, we're going to have a video camera on the outside. So you'll be able to see if anybody goes in or anybody doesn't. But it's going to be good. Hey, Brad, how are you? Heard that you guys are experiencing a heat wave. Heat wave, don't come into it. It's like sun's melting. Is that going, or I'm just curious, does the heat effect? It affects ghost hunting, Brad, only in the sense of me personally, after about 10 minutes, I look like a tomato because my face just goes blood red. It's still hot. We should have had some rain yesterday and today. We've not had any yet. I don't know about anybody else. We've had no rain as such, and it's about... Well, it's 25 degrees in house on my fan. I knew it would, Moira. I knew my back would start up. Hey, Sam. I knew my back would start up just because of them stairs. I don't do stairs very well, so we're doing them stairs when we were there. Because I took the painkillers before we started and during. I didn't feel the pain, but oh boy, do I feel it this morning. Like I said, nearly I ended up phoning a crane place to come and get me out of bed. It's a good job my side of bed's got radiator. So if you can imagine, I'm like sat up in bed and I'm trying to stand using the radiator. Thank you, Sam. We had rain in the West Country. Bloody hell, Dubs. I wish we'd have some up here because we've had none. Yeah, we're on a water shortage still. No hose pipe bans come into place. But so we did find out that a nun actually committed suicide in the place where we was on Saturday. Here in California, the stores have fan air conditioning. Well, we get none of. We're not prepared for this kind of heat. Have them to order them online. Yeah, we can. I mean, I've got just a normal fan at the side of me at the minute, just blowing cold. So yes, but no, I think it doesn't matter what the weather is. I don't think it can affect the investigations per se in that sense, but I just think that it's just that hot that sometimes it's just unbearable at minute. I mean, we're not used. This is like abroad weather for us that we've been getting. It's definitely not UK weather. So yeah, it's had us all in a bit of a tiz, but it's all good. I'm topping my tan up and everything. So yeah. Hey up, Mr. Mason. How are you, Dave? This morning it was lovely meeting up with you and Tracy also. Moira had a bit of rain yesterday. Very heavy, and for a short time then stopped. I wish I'd go and, do you know, I said to John, if it rained, I'd go and sit in garden furniture and I'd just chill out in garden with rain just falling on me, because I think that'd just be it'd just be like going in a swimming pool. Hey Margaret, how are you, my lovely? I forgot to phone you last night, as per usual, as with me, but I will give you a ring. I will give you a ring in a bit when I come off here, and then we can have a catch up. Dare me. I will, honestly. I'm going to go and sit out in, as long as it doesn't thunder and lightning, then I'm going to sit on patio furniture and sit out in rain. I used to like being out in rain at one point, but I think it's a younger days thing, isn't it? It's not like a 40 age thing. You know where I'm like, Margaret, my head's a sieve. So I will if you do. Hey, Rachel, how are you, my lovely? I hope you're well, sweets. So, yeah, there was some information that we did find on the location. And we can say bits and pieces, but we can't say it all. But we do know a nun committed suicide. Now, whether that was to do with a gentleman or what, there's no actual evidence that we can look back on. But like I think it was Claire, Nanny Lane, Paul was saying, it's because it was a Catholic place. It was like, is it an eternal sin or an unforgivable sin if you're Catholic to take your own life? So yeah, it was pretty interesting. I don't think we had much with the interaction with the flashy balls and stuff and the REM bed. I don't think we had anything flash for us when we were using the toys, but that's why we need to go back, because I always say that the energy, we know these energies there because you can sense them, that you can feel them. We had a couple of different coloured orbs coming through in one of the rooms. I think it showed itself as a green one first, and then I said, can you show us one in a different colour? And then just after I asked, a pale blue one come out. So that was quite interesting. We're not saying it's paranormal, but we're just going to say it's interesting. But yeah, it was. It is Rachel. So I think the more we go back, the more we're going to get more stuff. But we are taking we're taking 3 people with us next time. I know Dave and Tracy want to come, so that they can join us as well. But me and John have got some friends of ours that want to come. And I don't think they'll be sleeping. They could more than welcome to sleep in the in where we are, but there is somewhere close by that they can stay also, where they'll have a bed and a shower and a bathroom and everything else. But the gentleman that we're going to be taking, the energies seem to fluctuate around him. They are he's like a magnet to them, and they are good friends of mine and John, so we do know them really well. So it'd be really good to introduce you to him, because they're on their own spiritual journey, and I don't want to say too much because I don't know how much they want me to say about them. So I'll be careful till I speak to him. Morning, Bobby. The place you're talking about Is that Natalie's place? I don't think so, Dubs. I don't think it's Natalie's place. It's not in. It's not. It's down in Gloucester. So yeah, unless Natalie's in Gloucester, I don't know. But I know it's Gloucester. I know that there's not be. I think we. I'm not going to say we were the first team to investigate, but I think we was the first team to investigate in that style that we did. I think. I'll have to ask, because I'm sure when owner come down, he said that we were the first ones to do to sort of like try and communicate with any energies, and he's really interested in if we catch anything. So he'd like us to do more investigating. Plus, he knows that we're not sitting there doing Ouija boards, and we're not sitting there conjuring demons and Desmonds and that kind of shite that gets done. So he knows that how we work and everything else, and absolutely brilliant. So we cannot wait to go down there. We're also looking at doing East Drive. I've got my I'm like that with East Drive, but I want to do it, so I've done it, because I comment on things when people put stuff on about East Drive, but technically I shouldn't really comment because I've never been there. So I can only just say what I've been told by other people that have been there. So it's sort of like second-hand information. I'm off. Tracy's here. No worries. Hey, Tracy, how are you, my lovely? So we are wanting to do that. I don't know if it's gone up in price, but I know last time we were looking at, we were around £500. So that one will be in the works, let's say, because obviously I don't want to take a big team in there. So the more people you take in, you've got more chance of, what do you call it? Evidence being tampered with. Well, it's not tampered with evidence, is it? What do you call it? Come on, tell me what word I'm thinking of. If there's too many people there, it can sometimes... it's like when you're doing an EVP and somebody's talking background. You know what word I'm trying to say. So so that's all good. Tonight, though, let me just tell you, like, contamination. That's it. Contamination. There's too much contamination for me when we get a lot of people there. Hence why we like to try and keep it as a small team. And if we all separate off, if somebody makes a noise in one end of a building, they have to log it just in case we hear it in our end of the building. And it can sometimes get a little bit tedious. And sometimes, if you're like me, we loud mouth. You can hear me shout, asking questions from like way across the street, round corner and up road and all that, because I'm not quiet. I try to be quiet, but unfortunately I'm a loud person, talking wise anyway. I talk with my hands a lot as well, but that's beside the point. But because you can't see me because I'm under the screen when I'm talking with my hands, you see. So yes, but tonight, let me tell you about tonight. Paul's going to be live at 8:30 with an amazing lady called Delphine Ellis. Look at that. It's because I've got it wrote down, Paul. I remembered. And she's actually been on TV programs. I think she's been on Good Morning Britain, I think Paul said. But she's absolutely fascinating to listen to. I know it's connected to dreams. So all of you, hey, Joyce. So all of you, Magnus Pike. Who's Magnus Pike? So anybody that's interested in that, please let your friends know, family know, whoever, to tune in at 8:30. Well done. Paul. Yes. But we did have, I'll tell you, it's over on us members. We were live on members after we'd finished on main page. We went live on members, and we went out of this one room with fans, and we sort of like went through kitchen and down into this other room, and we were in there, and we were doing an EVP. So you know, like when you ask questions for your EVP, we were asking questions for each. So Paul had put his EVP down, and I'd put mine down. So they're all asking the question. It comes to me. So I said, I can't remember it word for word. So I said, is there anybody there I can confess my sins to? If so, who can I confess to? So very, very, very just like Paul's knelt down in front of me. Very, very like out of nowhere, Paul says, I can book you in tomorrow. So then Claire's laughing. Somebody said it'll take 6 years just to go through a day or so. So that caused more laughing. And then just after I'd done that, Paul said, I've lost my shield. I've lost my shield for my microphone. Well, that just, it's sort of like we kept the EVP rolling, it was just you've got to have seen it to be laughing at it, but I still laugh at it in my head because it's just Paul's response and then what he come out with after, it just cracks me up every time. So it was brilliant. It were fantastic. We did pick one thing up though, didn't we, Paul, on EVP? I was using my phone and Paul was using a recorder. Now, on the phone, it only sounds like 2 clicks, but Paul's recorder at the time didn't pick it up. So that was an interesting one because I do it on my phone. So when we do EVPs, we use the phone. Good vibes, that's it, Paul. We don't use phone. I use my phone, and it's got that line going across. So when you speak, it shows you, and then it's normally a flat line. But then all on this one, it shows you like 2 little dots and continues. So it were interesting that we caught it on one, but we didn't catch it on the other. We had a couple of personal experiences as well. Claire, when we're out on a location, Claire will go like this to me, which is a sign that she's getting tingling around her head, which for Claire, that means the energies are coming round her. She doesn't say it loud because obviously we're doing what we're doing. So she'll just go like that. So we note it. But people were picking things up in chat as well. And then Claire felt like it was like an energy rush at the side of her. Anyway, about 10 minutes later, Paul come up into the room and Claire were just starting to tell Paul. And so Claire's there, Paul's there, then there's a window there. And just in front of the window where the chair was sat in that room with fans, Paul heard what sounded like a breath. Unfortunately, we don't know whether we've caught it yet because unfortunately we've not had a chance to look back through where it happened. So that's another thing. But it was interesting that 2 people had an experience in the same place, but it was their experience because nobody else picked up on it. So I think that place has got a lot more to give, and I think it's just a case of working with energies, letting them get to know us. Because I don't know if everybody believes this, but for me, I believe that when we go to locations, the more times you go, if there's always energies at a location, it doesn't matter whether it's a brand new location to one that were in 1400s or before that, because there's always been something on that land, whether it's farmland and people working on it, whether it's been previous houses, whether there were mine shafts running underneath it and accidents happen. That energy is going to be there. So for me, it doesn't have to be a haunted location we go to, because I personally believe there's energies everywhere. And if they're wanting to communicate, they will communicate. So yeah, so it's I just think it's just going to be good that when we go back, if we can get more responses coming through, more answers to the questions coming through, and everything else, I think it's just going to be absolutely cracking. It's going to be a really good invest. So yeah, I can't wait. Honestly, I can't wait to go back. But me and John's got an holiday coming up in September, and we're away for 7 days. Excuse me. I've booked it. I've just belched live on air. It was better than farting, though, I think. I've only ever done that once or twice, and I think it's always been on members, I hope, where I was laid on tea and I farted and everybody. And I didn't mean to. It just sort of like, and they heard me snoring because John were live and I fell asleep on the tea. So everybody heard me snoring. A mild snore, to say the least. But But yeah, it was untrue. I mean, when we got back to hotel, because we stayed in the New Inn, which in Gloucester, if anybody's going to New Inn, it has got a lot of history to that place, and it isn't the staff. Everybody is so friendly in there. It were brilliant. Anyway, we stayed, and I think, is it called the Lady Grey room? Because Nanny Lynn's not in chat, so is it the Lady Grey room? Lady Grey, Lady Jane room. We stayed in that room, and me and Claire shared a room, and John and Simon had to share a room because obviously Claire's got a partner at home, and I don't think he'd appreciate Claire sleeping in a bed with another man, even though Simon's Simon. So me and Claire shared a room, and John and Simon shared a room. So when we went to look at bedrooms, Lady Jane Grey, thank you, Dave. So the Lady Jane Grey room, we opened up. It was massive, this bedroom. It was humongous. Me and Claire had got this like king size bed. I mean, it would have fit 4 people, to be fair. It was huge. But it was really weird because there's like a slant on room, and when you go towards windows, it like really slant. It was really off-putting things, and it is meant to be haunted. Yeah, there's all different energies that come in visitation. Then Nanny Lynn took John to show John and Simon the room. Well, it was like a box. It was all right, but nowhere near like ours. Ours was a grand room, and there was a double bed, and then you could walk round edge of bed. You got your bathroom and your wardrobe and everything else, your tea and coffee service, telly out room. So John come back in our room and he says, Jesus, he says, your bed is massive. Mine and Simon's is tiny. You do get seasick upstairs in New Inn. I felt a little bit iffy, just because of how it's like sort of like laid out. And I says to John, why don't you sleep across bottom at bed with me and Claire? There's plenty of room. If me and Claire scrunches legs, like, no, I'm all right. I'll sleep in with Simon. So we goes back downstairs, and I put some pictures of us, of me, John and Claire downstairs having an e-cig and a cup of coffee. And because we were hyped when we got back. So we stayed down there till about 4:30. Anyway, we goes up to bed. John comes in next morning. He says, you never guess what Simon bleeding did. So I says, what? So that's the double bed. And let's say that's the quilt. So Simon had pushed the quilt into the middle, like to make a divide. So there were a dividing bed. So that started me laughing. Anyway, John wakes up. I don't know, let's say half 6 as she wakes up. Simon's bang out. And Simon's managed to sandwich himself in the quilt. So Simon's legs can come out, but he sort of like wrapped the quilt round him. John said it were a good job it were warm. He says because it would have been bleeding freezing in winter with no covers on in that room. Obviously, they'd got the clothes on still, so nobody were naked. And me and Claire had got his jimmies on. So, yeah, but it were a laugh. Can't wait to go back. But yeah, if anybody is interested in going at New Inn, please get in touch with him because you're banging centre of Gloucester. There is a car parking just down from you. It's not actually that far to get to it actually, but just be mindful of parking. But alarm's going off. Don't Alexa stop. So yeah, it was an interesting thing. Hey, Nicola, how are you, my lovely? So all in all, it was fantastic. So we're looking forward to going back. If it doesn't rain, tomorrow night, we may be out tomorrow night. See how John feels when he gets home. But we may be out tomorrow night and going to go out and do an investigation, because if it's not raining, then yeah. If it is raining, I think what we're going to do is we might will I have time to do a quiz? We might do a quiz night, or I might do a quiz night on Thursday. We'll see. I'll sort something out. Hey, Soldier, how are you, my lovely? I'm here. You can start now. You're a bit late. My Alexa's just said, I got no alarms. Hey, do I forget that if you've got an Alexa, it picks it up, doesn't it? So yeah, so we will be back out investigating later in the week. Whether it's a new location or one we've been to before, I'm not quite sure. We'll probably end up going back to one that we've been to before, just because it's just easiest at the minute for us all. We're going to do an Halloween special this year. And the 3 that are joining us when we go down to Gloucester are going to be joining us on Halloween as well. So that's going to be good. Hey, Patricia, how are you, Buttes? So that's going to be an interesting one on Halloween. We're not sure on location yet. We're just we're looking for a good location to get into for Halloween because yeah, it's going to be good. Hi, Paul, mate. Did you have a good time Saturday? You look like you made the most of it. You were going to talk about your holiday in September 10 minutes ago. Were I? Oh, yeah, right. I've booked I've booked me and John a holiday. So, yes, we're off for a week in September. But it's a fishing holiday. So we're on some fishing lakes. So I might. I don't know whether to do it on my own profile though, rather than doing it on page, because I don't know if you guys have been to fishing anyway. But if the weather's nice, I might go live from side fishing lakes and chat to you on there. I don't know whether do I do it on, because it's not actually, well, it don't matter whether it's ghost hunting, does it? It's a chit chat. But yeah, so that's we're going, so that's 7 days down there. So I'm hoping that when we're down there, because it is Lincolnshire way, I'm hoping that we can, oh, brilliant soldier, thank you. I'm hoping that there is locations that we can get to that we possibly wouldn't have got to if we were doing it from home, because it sort of like moves us further up the country, doesn't it? So lakes or not, you cheer everyone. Oh, thank you, Nicola. So yeah, so we're going to be doing that. So there will be new things coming. We've thought of an idea for when it comes to winter time on, because it's difficult to get out in winter because of the pains in the knees and the joints and slippy underfoot and everything else. And we're not young spring chickens that can do like a fan dance outside and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So we do have to be careful when winter comes in. But I'm on about when it goes cold, not just when it's just like autumn. So we have got some ideas that we are going to be doing then. But I'll tell you them more coming up later on, because if I tell you now, it just spoils your surprises, and you need surprises. Surprise! I can't do it. Jenny could do it right good. How do you do it? Do you have to do your deep voice? Surprise! So Boris is giving me the puppy eyes. So going to go see you later. Take you for a nice little wander, Tracy. And we'll see you soon. Can't wait to catch up with you guys as well in October. That's going to be good. I think though on the Tuesday night, Tracy, if I'm not mistaken, I think there's a football match. So we'll have to see you after the match or before, because I think it's a night match. So, yeah. And that's where I'm off to tonight, you see. I'm off to a night match tonight. It's a football match, and it's Chesterfield versus Wrexham. And we're season ticket holders now, you see. So we've got to go. You can't not miss a match when you've got your ticket. So it's it's actually the first time I've ever held a season ticket. Do not understand the game of football at all. But all I know is when the rest of the crowd goes, oi, I go, oi, because I think, right, that he's done something wrong. So I'm learning the game slowly. I still can't work when they're running forward and they're offside. That's just like, whoo, over my head. But, yeah. Hey, Jane. Yes, we can meet for coffee before game, my lovely. Cafe's going to be open, isn't it? So, yeah. I think we'll get there probably about an hour before game, so we can try and sit down outside cafe and grab a coffee. Or it might even be a slush puppy, Jane, if it's red hot. But what I'll do, Jane, I'll message her as we're setting off, and then come and meet us when you guys are ready. Afternoon, Shirley. So yeah, so I'm gonna say tonight's score for Chesterfield is going to be 3-1 to Chesterfield. I'm hoping it's 3-0, but Roxmore, they were a good, well, they're a team. But yeah. Hey, Jean. I know. Next time we come, Jean, we didn't get down till about 9:30 Saturday night, and then by the time we'd had us breakfast, gone to look in Cathedral, had us dinner, it was just like time to come home, and everybody was so tired. So next time we're down, Jean, we will be popping round to see you and having tea and Gloucester cakes. We'll bring. It's not Gloucester cake, is it? What is it? And we'll bring the puddings. I'm hoping Paul can join us on some more. We're going to look at somewhere in between where we live and Paul lives, so we can sort of like meet up with Paul. So it might be an hour and a half drive each to get to where we're going, but it's going to be so worth it. 2-0, have faith. You gotta have faith. Oh, weren't you too good last week, Jean? Oh, bless you. Dripping cakes. We'll bring the dripping cakes, Jean. We'll bring the dripping cakes. Do you know, we never even got none to bring home. I was mortified. And I'm a right chuff because I had a phone, you know, these fast charger phone things. Well, I got one. Well, I ain't no more because I left it in the hotel at the side of the bed. And because John had to go upstairs and pack my bags because I couldn't get back upstairs. I'd forgot to tell John that it was sort of like on floor under my bag. So he's just like picked my bag up and just gone. So I've lost my fasting charger. So that's like 20 quid worth of money down drain, or 30 quid. I don't know if it was 30 quid. Either 20 or 30 quid anyway, down drain. We phoned the hotel up. And Nanny Lynn messaged me and she said, describe your plug. I says, well, it's a black plug and it says Samsung across it. Anyway, the plug they've given her was a Hawaii plug, which is definitely not mine. So I think one of them switched it because on the phone, if Nanny Lynn would have said it's a black plug, they're not going to say come down for a white plug, are they? So I've told Nanny Lynn to keep that one nearer 30. Yeah. Take care, Paul. Look forward to tonight. I will be watching on replay as soon as I get back in because I really wanted to watch tonight with Delphine. So hopefully she'll come on again in a couple of weeks and I'll be able to watch. So yeah, moderators, please be on Facebook and YouTube tonight just to help Paul if any knobheads come in and starts doing the stuff. Not that I think they would anyway, but you never know these days. You never know, do you? But yeah, it's gonna be good. But yeah, so I lost my charger, so now I'm back to a slow bloody charger for my phone. But I will order one. I've seen some on Amazon. I think it was 19 quid. They would got a discount off them, so I will end up ordering one of them because I like to have a fast charger because it's just in thing to have, innit? So we did take a new spirit box. Oi, Nanny Lynn, your ears burning, love. We did take a new spirit box down with us. Now, I don't know whether it's because we were doing it live through StreamYard and not like on each channel, but everybody said it sounded like it was underwater. The thing when you're listening to a spirit box, it is white noise with it's a radio station with white noise. Sometimes you can pick radio stations up, but again, what you're looking for is because it said that the energies can connect through these spirit boxes. And they can connect through the white noise. They can say words and things like that. So we are going to use it again. I know our lot aren't used to us using. Take care, Moira, my love. Like, mwah, big kiss to you, and we shall see you soon. You've been up ages, Nanny Lynn. I'm glad you're feeling better though, Nanny Lynn, because it took it out of you as well, didn't it? So yes, so we are going to be using the spirit box again. It is something that we would like to be using a little bit more of because it's just another tool that we've got to fall back on. So we're not using the same. But I've got to try. My favourite tools at the minute is the Alice box. I'm liking the Alice box. I like my laser grid anyway. My flashy balls and my Rembears, they're all in my favourites. But app wise, for me, it's I like my Necrophonics, but oh sugar, what's that other one called? It's on Alice box. Use it on Windows. Is it Quantum Box? Might be Quantum Box. I'm not sure, but they're sort of like my favourite go-tos at the minute. I think we're also going to try because John goes out live on John will go out live on his own. But if ever John's not free and he likes John's flashy ball, I'm going to bring them to match, Jane. I'm joking, I won't. I'll let him get him out of his pocket. I forgot what I was going to say then. I don't know. It's gone out of my head. I just saw John's flashy balls and that were it. It sort of like went whoosh across my head. So yeah, so we are gonna be using Dick. We're hoping to use what? Oh, it's next door. The gobbing buggers. I don't know what they're doing next door in her garden, but it's very loud and very dusty. But I can't stay up because we're sort of like we've drawn a line of peace. We played the pipes of peace. Do you know I'm right good on karaoke when I've had a drink, honest. I've just got a voice for an angel when I've had a drink. I have to sing things that are a bit deep in voice. Whoosh across my head it's doing, yeah. I have an image now of John getting his balls out of the match. Can you imagine on big screen, John just getting his balls out of his pocket on big screen at ground? That would be good. That would be funny. So yes, so I love you. I leave you, everybody. I'm gonna pop on to. I'm gonna phone Margaret first before I do anything, and then I'm going to pop on maybe to members, and I don't know what I'm going to do on members, but I'm going to pop over to our members and do something in about an hour or so. So, yes. I've got another book to read, The Paranormal Derbyshire. So I'm looking forward to reading this book, actually, because it's got all different things, different castles in there. Matlock Baths Pavilion. Well, we've done Matlock Baths Pavilion. Is pulsating with spirit life. It's pulsating. I wouldn't give it that much, but I do believe there is energies there. What else have we got? Some more in Matlock. A funeral coach. Where's that too? Oh, I don't know. Watch out! Ghost crossing. Ooh, a haunted road. It's demonic. No, I'm lying. It's not demonic at all. Oh, Winkworth. Stuff in Winkworth. Got a few places. Is it a haunting or hallucination? Let's read this bit. Many people believe they have seen a ghost. The experience is as old as records of civilization. But if there really are such things, they challenge all establishable views and ideas. Science doesn't like that. It has a problem dealing with things that can't be explained. So scientists have come up with the idea that ghosts are purely hallucinatory, a word that comes from the Greek term meaning to wander in the mind, a sensory perception that has no external cause, when a person can be taken out of normal reality into a different realm. In other words, if you see a ghost, scientists reason that you must be imagining it. Illness, drugs, well, that's none. Exhaustion, no. Sleep deprivation, no. Can produce hallucinations, which of course it can, causing a person to enter an altered state of consciousness. This can produce a misperception, rather like a mirage seen by travelers who become lost and disoriented through lack of water. But it's not just sight, which is called visual hallucination. There's smell, olfactory hallucination, and hearing, auditory hallucination. Less well documented is taste, gustatory hallucination, and touch, tactile hallucination, is addiction. Hallucinations, bleeding hell, can also affect the judgment of size and is known as dimensional hallucinations. So are ghosts really caused by hallucinations? Hey, Scotty, we set off to find out. Visual hallucinations or spectres we can see. Seeing a ghost is a high on most people's list of how ghosts appear. I'm often asked if I've seen a ghost. I've never been asked if I've heard one or smelt one, but it's just as likely because they can perceive by each of our five senses individually or in combination, even if they are hallucinatory. Mountainous motorway driving must be the number one cause of hallucinations. That could be the reason behind our first story. Judge for yourself. And it's called Motorway Madness. So I'll do the first one because I don't think it. Oh God, is it that long? I don't want a long one, really, do I? I'll just read a little bit. I'll read first chapter. Motorway Madness. Cutting through the hills across the coalfields between Pinxton and Balborough in the 14.5-mile Derbyshire stretch of the M1 motorway on the 23rd of August in 1965. So the start of a 12 million contract or 1,200,000 contract that met problems right away. It started with bad weather conditions and major subsidence associated with an area riddled with old mine shafts, many uncharted. Soon, some 800 magnetic anomalies in the soil formation were discovered. Magnetic anomalies are a result of variations in the magnetic properties of rock types, and when the pattern is disturbed or distorted, it causes localized magnetic effects. Sailors are aware of this because for no apparent reason, their compasses become inaccurate. Think Bermuda Triangle, you get the idea. So is it possible that modern cars that rely heavily upon electronic gadgetry could also be influenced when they drive through such an area? Within a decade of the opening of the M1 motorway, there have been many horrendous accidents, and the press were investigating whether this was something more than drivers traveling too close, too fast, and without due care and attention. People began to report strange phenomena, and the motorway became directly associated in the popular imagination with hauntings. A haunting is a repeated observation of an apparition by different people at different times in the same day. In March 1978, the Derbyshire Times ran the story that a stretch of the M1 at Pixton had seen more of its fair share of accidents. The section is often fog-bound when no other is, claimed the paper. But is this a natural fog? Suggestion has been made that the motorway crosses the direct path where a ghost is said to walk. But this implication has been met with ridicule. Although it's been the most widely accepted cause for such speculation, people say that things are caused by hallucinations due to monotonous driving conditions. Or is it possible that the magnetic anomalies are causing the problem? Is it unusual for a site where such anomalies are present to acquire a mysterious quality? It has been suggested that this is the site of a gigantic meteorite strike or a search observatory or tracking station by extraterrestrials. So if you're driving along this stretch, watch out. So it's quite it's going to be quite an interesting read, this book, I think. I might go on to members in a bit and read some of these short stories and long stories over in members. So was that the mass hysteria when you Rhoda saw the boy in the new inn? No, not yet. Afternoon, Joel's with you, been hiding. So was that mass hysteria when you, Rona, saw that boy in the new inn? That's not a question to me, is it, Nanny Lynn? So from 10 minutes ago, you were stopping and going off on another tangent. You know, where I'm like, well, I'm going now. We've got to get some more washing on that before rain comes. So everybody have a fabulous afternoon. Please join Paul tonight because it really is going to be amazing. Paul's chat shows are growing in numbers, and it's all thanks to you guys from being a part of it. And like I said, if you've got a question, don't keep spamming chat with questions. Just wait while Paul will ask for questions coming in. Put odd one in, whatever. But you know what I mean. If it don't get answered, it's not that Paul's ignoring you. It's just Paul's going to have questions for the interview himself. So thank you, everybody. So adios, amigos, and I shall see you all on members shortly. I will be going through members to make sure memberships are up to date as well. For those that aren't, I will be removing. So if you do want to stay in, double check your membership now, and then you're sorted. So I'll give you about 20 minutes to do that before I go on. So I'll see you in a couple of hours, an hour and a half or so on members. Mwah! Much love to you guys. Take care. See you soon. Love you. Bye.